Welcome to my Pay It Forward video. What I learned when making my intro video is to really not overthink it. I wrote myself some notes, which when I read it out loud made it entirely too long. Also, test your audio. I recorded it perfectly the first take, but when I played it back, there was no audio. So, of course, when I re recorded it, I couldn't get it right, and I ended up spending a lot of time on it, which would have been avoided if I had just tested the audio to begin with. For my synchronous collaboration, I felt like I overprepared to ensure it was a smooth presentation, but I underprepared for technical difficulties. When I made my PowerPoint presentation, I added embedded videos and links to web pages in the pictures on the slides so I could easily click and bring up the information I wanted. I tested it out beforehand and it worked great. However, during my Zoom meeting while I was presenting, of course, none of those links worked, and I fumbled around the web pages and the video I wanted to share. In the future, I would have pulled these up ahead of time and had it ready as a backup plan if my links didn't work. I also planned on using breakout rooms and watched videos ahead of time on how to use that feature in Zoom. However, when I got into the meeting, I discovered I didn't have an option for breakout rooms. So I had to quickly adapt and I made it a group discussion instead, which I think ended up being better. And I got a lot more questions than I was expecting, which made for great discussion. Participating in other classmates' synchronous sessions and sending an email to everyone, I believe, helped in getting good numbers of peers to sign up and attend my sessions. For my asynchronous collaboration, I used Google Forms for the first time. After I posted it, I learned I could have set it up to include the answers, which would have given me more timely results for my participants during the quiz portion. Additionally, I didn't give a long enough explanation on what the purpose of the quiz was at the beginning. Those are the two things that I would change if I were to do this over again. I did enjoy participating in my peers' asynchronous sessions, and I believe by participating in as many as I could make time for helped with getting participation in my session. I did post and run my asynchronous session and synchronous sessions around the same time, which allowed for me to promote both in the learning forums for participation. Overall, it was a really fun experience and I learned a lot. In this course, you will get as much out of it as you put into it. So participate, participate, participate. Thanks for watching.